Craig, how are you, man?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
It's good to see. I mean, I see you quite regularly doing the
With
opera.
the opera,
around,
yeah.
But still, it's really good to see you in studio.
You too, man.
Today is a special day because never in the history of my show has my now fiance wanted to come and watch a performance. She's right here. Not once.
I started following you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you did?
I'm following you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Wait,
gonna
in
follow
live?
I'm not a creeper.
To the
I'm not a
store
weird
or
person.
Instagram?
I love Bobby, and so I kind of watch who he follows, and then I see all y'all's posts, and so I started following you.
Oh, I'm gonna follow you back. I turned my phone off so it wouldn't
You
go
don't
off
follow
right
me
now.
already?
I did, but I stopped.
What did I do? I'm sorry.
No, I just felt weird. But now I have permission.
That's awesome.
She might be your biggest fan ever.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're so sweet. That's awesome.
And I didn't know, but I would just start, I'd have different playlists that you were on, and she would know every single word to every single song.
Oh,
There
that's
are no
amazing.
skips on your playlist. If I turn it on, Craig Morgan Artist on Spotify, no skips.
Oh, you're so
Ever.
sweet. That's awesome.
What is your favorite Craig Morgan song of all time?
Well, what I love about Sunday. Can I ask a question?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. Is it Sally and Rod, Ron, or Rob? Because I trail off. I hit raw hard and don't ever know what to end on.
That's funny.
That is funny.
I don't know.
You don't know?
So where's that line?
Looks like Sally and Rod.
Oh, Ron.
Ron.
Looks like Sally and Ron.
I think that's the harmony part too, and I don't even. I go wrong.
Ron.
Are
We
you
do the
sure?
same thing. And I'm the singer.
Yeah.
Looks like Sally and Ron.
It's up to our interpretation.
Ron, yeah. It might
Yeah.
be Rob,
It might be
Ron,
Rob for
Rod.
some.
It could be Bob. Looks like Sally and Bob.
Hey, so today we're bringing you for a couple reasons. One, she loves you. Obviously, I do, but it's also Veterans Day today,
It is.
which,
A very special day.
right, for all of us, but especially you who served. And I just finished a podcast talking with a lot of veterans where I did a whole series on, how they transitioned from being in the service to being a civilian. What was that like for you transitioning?
I'll tell you what I tell everybody. I'm working on it.
Still?
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult thing for the average American who's never served to truly comprehend, because you live a lifestyle that is so unimaginable, especially someone like myself, for such a long period of time. And I'm not trying to dilute someone who only might serve 3 years, but the more time you spend in that lifestyle, the more difficult it is to not separate yourself, but transition into something that is nothing like that. I mean, just imagine spending a third of your life driving as fast as you can, avoiding being shot, hearing stuff blow up, seeing dead bodies, and all of this for a very long period of time, because we've been in conflict, for quite some time, and we're still in conflict. There's people still experiencing that on a daily basis. So it's a difficult transition. I'm not saying like I have issues with it, but, like if I see something bad happening to someone, I immediately go into that mode of I need to defend that person, and I'm willing to die to do that. And that's a gene, a trait that you experience. And I don't know that you're born with it, but you definitely develop it when you spend a large portion of your life in that environment.
So with you, why did you get into the military? Why did you enlist?
I wanted free hunting clothes. No, no. I think I grew up wanting to do something bigger than just be me, which makes this job really difficult. And I'm still that guy. Still, like I said, if I see someone being abused or hurt, I feel like we're supposed to step in. It's the human thing to do. And I've always felt like that. Even before the military, I was an EMT. I was on the fire department. After I got out, I went straight to work as a police officer. I feel like the desire to help other people, and some of it's for self, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. You want to feel. It makes you feel good when you help someone. I mean, even something as simple as giving the guy on the side of the street a buck to buy him, or giving him a Happy Meal or something. You know what I mean? It makes you feel good. So that is compounded when you save someone's life. I mean, it's a good feeling. But I don't do it for that good feeling or that energy as much as I just feel like it's the right thing.
You've done so many things, so many careers that give back consistently, right? You listed all the things. You even worked in the dairy department at Walmart, I believe. Is that right? Can we talk about that?
You watch the weather close when you're that guy.
How did you, because for you to jump into a career of doing country music, that's all those jobs, as crazy and as dangerous as they are, they're still stable, and you have a job. As a police officer, you have a job. in the military, you have a job. This is not stable what you're doing now.
No, you're right.
How in the world did you go, all right, I'm going to go pursue country music, and it's complete instability?
I attribute it to a couple of leaders that I had who were great, very inspirational. In fact, when I decided to make the transition out of active duty, I was so unsure that this would work that I stayed in the active reserves. And I went and talked to my commander, who to this day is a very dear friend, and another gentleman, some of you may recognize the name, General Shelton. He was my general officer at the time. And I went and talked to him, and I said, look, I'm considering getting into the music business. I think, if I don't do it now, I never will, because I was at 10 and a half years of active duty, half my career, over. So, and I'll never forget, Colonel Greer and General Shelton both said, if you stay in the Army, there's a good chance you're on track to be the Sergeant Major of the Army someday. We believe you have the potential to be the Sergeant Major of the Army. But we also think that you should try this. Stay in the active reserves. If it don't work, you'll come back in, you'll lose no time in service. At least you can say you tried. You're really good at this. And I'm going to tell you, they had more confidence in my ability than I did. I mean, I wasn't trying to be, I didn't get out to be a singer, really. I really wanted to just write because I knew that you could make money writing songs instantly through this thing they call an advance. I didn't understand it at the time, but I knew you could get paid. I had a wife and 2 kids, so I needed to make money. So that's what I did. I got a publishing deal, and that led to a record deal, and now here we are.
What was the first song for you when it hit? It could have been your first, second, third hit, maybe not even a hit, where you go, okay, I think I actually have some real chance here to stay in the music scene. Like, what song was it?
I think Almost Home definitely helped. That was a pusher for me. But I'll be honest with you, man. In 2000, my first single came out. It was a song called Paradise, which was a top 20 or top 30 hit. I mean, and that's a big hit. Of course, back then it was different than it is now. But it wasn't until 2008 when I was made a member of the Grand Ole Opry that I felt like I had some stay power in the business. I'll be honest.
And what a cool Grand Ole Opry story you have, because it wasn't in Nashville, right? When it was at a base
at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. My invitation came there, and it was really cool because I was very fortunate to work with a lot of great heroic Americans, and a lot of those guys. And these are guys that work in the special forces in the community. Just real, we call them door bangers. These are real dudes, man, who've seen a lot of stuff. And a bunch of those guys were standing on the side of the stage. They weren't out in the audience. They weren't mixing in because these guys, you don't know their faces, you don't know their names. And they were all over there standing. My wife was over there. And when John Conley came up and invited me, like I completely lost my crap, dude. I mean, I was just so torn up about being invited to be a member of the Opry. And I probably would have been okay, but I looked over and some of the toughest men I know in the world were crying. It was like, they were more proud than I was. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. So, yeah. The Grand Ole Opry invitation came on a military installation.
That's an amazing story.
It's a true story. I mean, so.
Craig Morgan's here. You mentioned Almost Home, which again has probably been played in my house more times than the past month, right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And she's like, this is such a sad.
Beautiful.
Why do you love this song?
It's beautiful. It's about a person whose dreams are better than his real life, and he wants to stay in his dreams, and someone wakes him up because they think needs to go home, but he's like, I was home in my head.
Oh, you just described that song to its perfection. That is exactly. I just wrote a song called The Mask, and it's kind of a current description of that same thing. We have to put on this mask when we go to work, and I'm not talking about the physical mask that we're wearing. Like, you have a crappy day. Bobby, you've had crappy things happen in life, and you still get up and you go to work. You put that mask on. And that's what that Almost Home for me was about. The old man was laying there asleep, and he was, even though he might have been chilly in his dream and in his unconscious state, he was happy. And that's okay. I think it's okay that we do that. We're supposed to. It's called dreaming, Mm-hmm. When you quit dreaming, you quit living, in my opinion.
How often, Craig, are you in a snowy place with large animals versus home?
At least twice a year during the snow, that's the good time because the bear are hibernating. It's the summer in Alaska when we go up there during the summer that you have to be a little more careful, a little more cautious.
It seems like every time I see you online, you're you've killed some sort of big animal.
Well, I'm into the outdoors,
yeah,
as you know, and I'm big into eating healthy. Like my wife and I haven't bought meat from a grocery store in probably 15 years. So we only eat meat that I harvest, which is, completely organic. I know what it's been eating because I'm out there in the environment where it's eating it. So, yeah, that's why I do that. And I do love being in the outdoors. I mean, for me, it's not always just about shooting an animal. In fact, I was going to go this morning, but it was just too hot. But I just love being out in the woods and watching the sun come up and listening to the birds when they first start singing, and the smells and everything about it for me is just, it's just so rejuvenating.
You sound like Caitlin.
Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds like a dream.
It is a dream, and I live it pretty regular. Yeah.
You did the Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
What is your acting experience up to that?
Well, this is my third movie. I've been on the TV show Rizzoli and Isles. I had a character in that. I tell people I laugh because I literally have a Bachelor's of Science in Forensics, and the only time I've worked as a forensics investigator was on the TV show Rizzoli and Isles. Yeah. It's like that TV commercial, But that's the truth, yeah. So I've done a bunch. And I've been acting like a singer for almost 20 years.
When are you most nervous? Acting, singing, or when there's a crazy situation and you're called into action to help somebody?
The helping somebody, I never get nervous in those situations because I figure the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to die. And I'm prepared to die at any time, whether it be COVID or getting hit by a car or whatever the situation might be. My soul is ready. I don't want to die, don't get me wrong, but I'm prepared. Spiritually, physically, emotionally, I'm prepared to die. I really get a little nervous in the acting thing, depending on who's there, because I'm not a staple actor. So I want to do well because I don't want people to go, oh, country singer thinks he's an actor, Just like baseball players think they're singers, or songwriters or whatever, Anytime we cross into another genre, we take the stigma with us. So I want to do well. I want to represent. I love it when I do something and the director goes, not what I expected.
And you like acting.
I do. I love it. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I don't have to worry about a band, a crew.
No offense, Mike.
No offense, Mike. But on stage, I want to do well as also when we do a show. Like we got this show coming up. We got this drive-in show in a couple days.
Where?
In Dixon. It's sold out. So they sold all the cars they could sell. But that's such a different environment. So I want people to enjoy themselves. When they come to this show, it's a different show. But when they leave, I want them to feel like they got the same feeling and emotions that they would get at a normal concert. And that's a little that makes you a little nervous,
right.
But we just do what we do and hope that everyone enjoys themselves and feels like they got their money's worth.
I've been singing one of your songs wrong for 13 years now. You know which one? Mm-hmm. Which one?
International Harvest.
International Harvest, yeah. So we're in Virginia. Caitlin and I we go to Virginia for my Nat Geo show, and we're on a farm, and Caitlin's singing every word. You want to sing a little bit of it? Go ahead.
Where do you want me to come in?
That's the thing. She knows it all from the beginning. Go ahead. You got it. Hit that deep one. I'm a sick. Come on.
You want me to go there?
Yeah, just go there.
Well, no, I'm gonna do.
She's calling the audible here,
That
boys.
sounded like a little bit of Life. Are you sure you were on the right?
Oh, I love that.
That's good, though.
That
is
did
good,
sound
yeah.
like the intro to a little bit of Life.
Go ahead.
I'm a son of a third-generation farmer.
Come on.
I've been married 10 years to the farmer's daughter. I'm a hard-working, God-fearing combine driver, hogging up the road with my plower, chug-a-lug-a-lugging 5 miles an hour. I'm an international harvester.
Come on.
No.
Oh.
Because I sang I'm a international
Yes.
harvester because that's how he sings it, but it's on my international
You're right.
harvester.
Well, I
Bobby
thought,
says, I'm a...
yeah, I was
He
like,
says I-
where's he harvesting? Russia? China?
Hey, speaking of Russia, you guys have to Google this. There is a guy in some country of the Russia era, and I guess they outlawed music videos over there. And remember that? Yeah. Him and his girlfriend do International Harvest. They made a video and everything.
That's right.
It is the best, worst thing you've ever seen. On the International Harvester. You have to watch it. I mean, you'll pee yourself laughing.
This is the most complimentary thing that I can say, and I hope you take it this way. I think sometimes you go to a show and you're like, oh, I didn't know I knew that song. I didn't know if they go to one of your shows, I bet you, if they're not a super fan and just a casual fan, they go, I didn't know he sang that because you have so many hits.
You're not offending me at all. In fact, I had a T-shirt made that on the back, it's literally, and we sell them. It says, the guy who sings International Harvester. That's what I love about Sunday, redneck. Y'all club, yeah. I can read lips, and I can't tell you how many times I've been on stage and I see someone go, I didn't know he sang that song. I love that.
Dude, This Old Boy is a song that I feel like I relate to now. And I never did. I never really did in my life.
Right.
Until I met her.
Yes.
And then I'd hear This Old Boy, and it's like a song about you just like, I'm lucky. This old boy gets to have all this stuff.
Got it going on.
Yeah. And I really never felt like I understood that song until her.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so sweet.
And probably her playing it for me over and over again, too. Yes.
Yeah, you get tired of it. That's really what that song's all about. You know, that relationship. I've been married to the same woman for over 30 years. And she has just gotten hotter lately. It's just, God dang. She has like not gray, but this silver hair. It's natural. I'll show you a picture in a minute. I'm not kidding y'all. And she's gotten it back into her health kit. You know, when we lost our son, it was a real difficult time. And we managed to stay strong in our faith and in our relationship, but it's just tough. But man, she has gotten back in, and good gosh, she looks good.
She's purty.
Yeah.
She is purty.
Check out the record, God, Family, Country. It was out this summer, but, you know, nothing's been normal, and we're starting to get a bit normal, it feels now.
Yeah.
So, but it's got to be weird putting out music and not being able to really tour it.
It is super weird promoting. And what's really weird is when we put this album out, we didn't go to the marketplace with it. It was strictly through download because we felt like it didn't make a lot of sense. Because at the time, when we first put it out, nobody was going shopping for the most part, especially not buying CDs. And when I do my live streams, I'll be like, look, I know you're probably not working, so if you can't buy, it's no big deal. But listen to us, listen to it online, If you can afford one song, that's cool, And we still to date have not pushed the hard product to all the main outlets. You can get the hard product on our website and I don't know, other places, but as far as it being in Walmart or those kind of places, we didn't do that. And yet I had like the biggest first week of sales I've ever had.
Yeah.
During a pandemic. So, which told me that people still very much love to hear music, so that's a good thing.
Or love to hear Craig Morgan's music. I think you're not giving yourself enough credit here.
Music is a very healing thing, and I think it doesn't matter. I mean, even Blake Shelton's selling records, so that's saying a lot.
Caitlin, did you enjoy your experience here?
I loved it. My favorite phrase now around the house when you're on is like, ugh, give it a Grammy. Like, I want to go back
Every
in
song,
time.
she's like, give that song
I'm
a
like,
Grammy.
let's go back in time and give that one
We
a
have a
Grammy.
song just for you that we'll do after we're done.
My God.
What do you mean after we're done? What is it?
Well, you two guys are, engaged.
We
and
are.
Everything. You're going to, I wrote a song. We wrote a song that, like I said, we went through some hard times after losing our son. And we wrote this song because I think people give up too easy. And you guys are going to run across some gravel roads. It's going to be tough. You're going to hate him sometimes. I promise you. And he's going to be very angry with you at times. But this is a song about not letting that stuff interfere.
Let me mention a couple things here. Fridays at 4 with performances and Q&A on Craig's Facebook page. Also, the Lifetime movie, which is, what is that movie called?
A Welcome Home Christmas.
Raymundo reviewed it, watched it, said you were good in it. And this is before you came on the air.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Ray, you give him
Yeah, it was good. I thought maybe you should have had a kissing scene with Jana Kramer. Your role should have been bigger.
He can't hear you, but he said your role should have been bigger, and he was waiting for a kissing scene with you and Jana Kramer.
Oh, no, she had that with the other fella. That's our next movie.
All right, Craig. And check out Craig's World on Circle Network.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, there he is. This has been extremely special for me. Thank you for coming in and just being so open and playing. And you got her up to the studio, which she's always like, I'm just going to listen on the app. I'll listen later. So,
well, thank you, Kate.
No, thank you.
All right, Craig Morgan, everybody. Thank you, Craig.
Thank y'all.
It's about